Hi, hello, welcome to a new video. In this video, I will slightly criticize Publons change and the challenge with Publons change and how their design is not really, to me, not really much better than Publons. You know, Publons is a website that documents your reviews. So there are ways to verify the reviewed articles, and here the problem is. Uh, Web of Science bought Publons, so that website that I'm not sure how to pronounce, like Publons, but it is quite a useful website and it motivates researchers to do more review work. It's really brilliant. Otherwise, they won't really want to do any review. So this is the website, but there are risks of one person owning all the scientific community because first of all, so let's look at the researcher profile. And like you look at this website looks quite poor because there's like, what is this? So you can just see some things, some researcher ID and verified reviews or something. So you can see peer review here and Web of Science core collection metrics. And for example, one problem is that they don't count other citations coming to your website. So it is one of the major problems, I guess, because it means we are like a special group of people. Our journals are the most important, and our journals know the best. So I think this idea is is quite wrong because once you start to define your selected journal system as very special, then what will happen? The others are not very useful. Even they were cited by Google Scholar or something, so you don't care them, right? And it also leads a lot of predator journals to arise because it makes publishing very profitable, and they can pay a lot of money because it's hard to publish in those websites. And so they're buying those websites like Publons to own the internet and scientific management system. So, but once they're monopoly, it is dangerous because they will say like, so they will slowly scan the websites and journals, and they will slowly endorse them. It was also criticized by several articles. For example, it doesn't see some of the other articles and journals, and besides, in my knowledge, there is no criteria how they will assess the websites to include science, include their group. So you don't even know what is the criteria, and you say like we are the super scientific group. So first, for example, uh, they can introduce something like the journal has to, like, have two issues to be indexed, and articles should plagiarism rate should be less than this, the statistics of the journal should be correct, and should be endorsed by international editorial committee. But we don't see such things. Like, that's quite interesting, right? So we don't see that what are the Web of Science criteria. So what can you do to be included by them? So, and that's interesting. So the uh, so what? And then it is the menu. There's nothing. So they moved their website to here, and for what? This is like a poor. So that's just they just trying to be monopoly, and I don't know how they're actually making profit through this, but journals are indeed making a lot of profit, and a lot of people criticize it. Like, they say like, okay, you make $4,000, $5,000, but for what? You don't pay any money for chief editor anyway. This is like a one part of the problem. Another part of the problem, they create their own paradigm, and in that paradigm, and those index websites are the best, and those non-index websites are not the best, so that they should just do their best to publish in those selected journals. And we don't even know how often they come to conclusion that some new journals should be added there. So, and what are the criteria of removing them from that list? So, and once there are few journals in that list, then there are many new journals are coming, and how they will reassess every article. There is no way for this. So practically, it's impossible to conclude that one journal is totally doing a good job. Yeah, so that's why I find it quite suspicious. And I cannot see the exact difference between predatory and non-predatory publishing. So it's really hard to tell the difference because, for predator journal, if they're not predatory, they will just wait a bit, but this is the only difference. So both predatory and non-predatory journal do not pay for any editors, chief editors or something. So I don't know why. So that's why there are some journals, big journal groups, and once they were considered as predatory, and then they slowly like those journal groups because, in fact, that those new journal groups have better, they have better indexing, or they have better design actually, because the old journals are like uh, very old, like, and even hard to submit an article. It's supposed to be very easy, but it's hard, so it makes it very hard to publish paper. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and if you agree with me, you can comment. If you disagree, you can comment too, and see you. Bye bye.